All right, we'll go over to, let's go to Steve. Hey, Steve, welcome to the CNC Auto Show, and what can we help you with?
Good morning, Aaron. Wanted to find out, I have a 2014 Hyundai Equus, and I bought tires for it 2 years and 2 months ago, and I just had my normal oil change service done to it, and the shop said that in inspecting my tires, they said it looks like I need new tires. Well, it's only been 9,000 miles since I put the tires on, and they said that it's because of the way the car is designed, the inside tread, evidently the tire tips in a little bit, I guess for performance or something, handling, but the tire is worn on the inside edge, both front tires. The inside edge is, the tread is almost completely gone. Is that, 9,000 miles in 2 years, I think, that's the shortest time I've ever had on a set of tires to wear out. Can you comment on that?
Steve, one thing I will mention, though, Jim's kind of shaking his head over here also. It's kind of absolutely amazing. I had a text from a gentleman just now asking about his Maserati, and I was mentioning that he had wrote me that if he could get 10,000 miles out of the Maserati, front tires, he's happy. Just get the tires, and of course we were putting Michelin tires on it. And and I was talking to Jim about how sometimes those are lined up on the Maserati for the track, and sometimes they're aligned for regular driving, and we can line them up for regular driving and get more miles. But that's a Maserati. that's not a Hyundai.
Yeah.
So totally different. No, we have not run into that issue on the Equus, and that. I would recommend asking to see a copy of the alignment specification. When you do the alignment, they can run a printout on almost any later model machine that you get now. And if it's in alignment, it'll show in the green. If it's out of alignment, it'll show in the red. It should show a before picture and an after picture. I would look at that because, no, on the Hyundai, we hadn't run into anything like that at all. So it sounds like you have an alignment issue. Definitely get someone with a modern alignment machine, because there's alignment machines have come a long way during the years. They are so awesome now. You can you hook these heads up to them, and it all goes into the computer, and the computer already knows the car. I mean, you have to punch the car in before you get started, so it knows what the specs are, and it just comes up. And if the technician needs to move something, it pushes a button that tells him him or her how to do it. So there's some amazing things. You just have an alignment issue on that car. So what I'd recommend doing when you have to go ahead and get another set of tires, get a good name brand, of course. And get them speed rated, the correct speed rating, and you want to look at the wear, universal wear deal on the tire. I was trying to think of that.
Yes, it's a tread wear term, and then of course the temperature and traction ratings.
You want to get one that's set up correctly for that car, and they can tell you what type, whether it's a 30,000, 40,000, or 60,000 mile tire. And go ahead and have it on there, and have a good alignment, and ask for the alignment sheet when it's done. And so I think you'll be okay after that.
Is a Dunlop a good tire?
It could be, but I don't know. I hadn't. Jim, have you heard that much? We don't use that tire very often, so I don't want to tell you for sure. I hadn't. I don't know of a big issue that anybody's had on it. I can't say good or bad on that tire.
Now, also, the fact that it occurred on both tires, is that indicative of an alignment issue, or would it only show up on one side if it was alignment?
Well, the key term is you said it was on the inside of both tires, so that is. Now, if you would have said the inner and outer edge of both tires, I would have said, sound like you've been running low tire pressure. But with it being just inside wear on both tires, yes, that could even be just a toe end problem and not necessarily a camber caster type issue.
And then also on some other models.
Okay, well, thank you. You give me some good things to go look at, and when I get the tires replaced, I'll definitely make sure we do that.
Yeah, and Jim had one thing he was going to add here. What was it?
I know on some of the cars I've had, and these are Fords, different style cars, but they can have some fatigue in the suspension, which sometimes can't be overcome by an alignment. But when your folks hook up to the right kind of machine, they'll know instantly if they can get that car back into spec.
Yeah, and also check the components while you're there, like lower ball joints and all that. You don't run into stuff like that near as often as you used to. But just had the front end check, alignment done. Pick out some good tires with good patterns. And when you're talking to your service advisor, they'll be able to explain all of those numbers to you. Matter of fact, we hadn't did a tire show in a long time. We may do one of those very soon. And then you're going to be fine. So, no, that tire should last a long time on that vehicle.